Hello students, today we are going to continue angles and their properties. We're going to continue with exercise 18a and questions 10 to 13. Exercise 18a is found on page number 192, question 10. In the figure given alongside, AOB is a straight line. Find the value of x and also answer each of the following. So we are asked to find the value of angle AOP. What are we given? Let's write down what is given to us. First, AOB is a straight line. That's given to us clearly, isn't it, in the question? Now, we are also given angle AOP. We are given AOP, which is equal to x plus 30 degrees. So, angle AOP is x plus 30. It's given in the question. Angle BOP is x minus 30. This is also given in the question. And let's remember this. Sum of angles on a straight line is equal to 180 degrees. And as you can see, angle AOP and angle BOP are on the straight line. They're on the straight line AOB. So sum of these two angles should be equal to 180 degrees. So let's substitute the values for AOP and BOP. So AOP is x plus 30 degrees plus x minus 30 degrees. And this should be equal to 180 degrees. Now I have 1x here and 1x here. So if I add up both, I will get 2x. Now I have plus 30 and minus 30. They will get cancelled. Plus 30 minus 30 is equal to 0. So I'm left with 2x. 2x is equal to 180 degrees. So how much is x? 180 degrees. Because it is 2x here, that means 2 into x. When I move it to the right hand side, it becomes division. The multiplication changes to division. 180 divided by 2. When you divide 180 by 2, let's do it by short division. 2 9s are 18. You bring down the 0. It's 90. So we know that x is equal to 90 degrees. Now let's go back to the question. We are asked to find angle AOP. So now let's write down angle AOP is equal to, look at the question, look at the figure here children. What is given to us is AOP is x plus 30. So let's write that down, x plus 30 degrees. And x we just found out is 90 degrees. So substitute 90 plus 30 degrees. When you add up 90 and 30, you get 120 degrees. So we have found angle AOP to be 120 degrees. So let's write that down. Angle AOP is 120 degrees. Second part, we have to find angle BOP. Okay. And it's given in the question that BOP is equal to x minus 30. X minus 30 degrees. So let's do that properly. BOP equals, substitute x for the value that we found just now. We found out that x is equal to 90 degrees. So let's substitute 90 minus 30 degrees. So when you minus 90 and 30, you get 60 degrees. So BOP, angle BOP is equal to 60. So let's write it down here. Angle BOP is 60 degrees and angle AOP we found out is 120 degrees. Together, they both will add up to 180 degrees. Let's move to the next question. Keeping this in mind, sum of angles on a straight line is 180. We have worked this out. Now, which angle is obtuse here? There are two angles, 120 and 60 degrees. Which is obtuse? The obtuse angle is an angle that's more than 90 degrees. So that's 120 here, isn't it? That is angle AOP. So which is the obtuse angle? Angle AOP. Which angle is acute less than 90? Angle BOP. Angle BOP. Question 11. In the figure given alongside, PQR is a straight line. Again, we have PQR as a straight line, and we have to remember sum of angles on a straight line is 180. Keep that in mind, this linear property. Okay, what is given to us? Now let's see PQA, this one, this angle PQA here. Let's write it down. Angle PQA is equal to x plus 20. X plus 20 degrees. The next one, AQB, angle AQB is 2x plus 10, and angle RQB, angle RQB is equal to x minus 10 degrees. Okay, now all these angles, these three angles are on the straight line, and sum of angles on a straight line equals 180 degrees. That means angle PQA plus angle AQB plus angle RQB should be equal to 180 degrees. So let's work that out below here. So how much is angle PQA? It's given here. Angle PQA is x plus 20. So let's write that, x plus 20 degrees, plus how much is angle AQB? AQB is 2x plus 10. 2x plus 10. Then we move on to the third one. Angle RQB is x minus 10. X minus 10. Now all these together should add up to 180 degrees. Now let's take only the x. So I have 1x here, then I have 2 here plus 1. So 1 plus 2 plus 1 is 4x. So I have 4x. Now let's take the whole numbers. 20 plus 1 is 30. 30 minus 10 is 20. So that's plus 20 degrees equals 180 degrees. 4x, I'm going to leave it here. 180, I'm going to leave it here. Now I'm going to move plus 20 to the other side. It becomes minus 20. So 4x equals 160 degrees. How much is x? X will be 160 divided by 4, because I'm going to move this 4, which is multiplication, to the other side, and it becomes division. 160 by 4. Let's divide 160 by 4. 4 4s are 16. I bring down the 0. So 40. X is equal to 40 degrees. Now let's answer the question. Question 1, which says find AQB. Now let's find AQB. Angle AQB is equal to this one, 2x plus 10. 2x plus 10. That is 2 into x plus 10. Now we are going to substitute for x. X is 40 degrees. So we are going to write 2 into 40 plus 10. Now 2 into 40 will give us 80 plus 10 will give us 90. 80 plus 10 is 90 degrees. So we have found our answer. So let's go back to the top line, the first line there. Angle AQB equals 90 degrees. So we have finished the first part. Angle AQB equals 90 degrees. Question 2. Find out angle BQP. So let's write down what's given to us. BQP is equal to, if you see, BQP is equal to this one and this one together, two angles together, because I have P here and I have B here. So BQP will include two angles. What are the two angles? AQP, angle AQP, and angle AQB, AQB. Okay, so let's find out how to do that. Now AQP is x plus 20 and AQB is 2x plus 10. We are going to substitute x for its value which we found out. Previously we found out x to be 40. So wherever we have x, let's put 40. So 40 plus 20 plus, here it is 2 into x plus 10. So let's continue. 40 plus 20 plus 2 into x. X is 40. So 2 into 40 plus 10. That will be 40 plus 20 plus 2 into 40 is 80 plus 10. So let's add that up. 40, 20, 80 and 10. 0, 4 plus 2 is 6, 6 plus 8 is 14, plus 1 is 15, 150. So angle BQP is equal to 150 degrees. Question 3. Angle AQR. So let's see where AQR is. We have A here, we have R here. So we are talking about this full angle AQR. Okay, now if you look carefully, angle AQR will be angle AQB plus angle BQR. So let's write that down. Angle AQB plus angle BQR. Let's substitute. AQB is 2x plus 10 and BQR is x minus 10. Okay, so wherever you have x, you have to put 40. So 2 into 40 plus 10 plus, again x is there, so I'm going to write 40 minus 10. Continue. 2 into 40 is 80 plus 10 plus 40 minus 10. Okay, now I can make it easy here. I have a plus 10 and a minus 10. I can cancel both. A plus 10 and a minus 10 can be removed. Now I only have 80 plus 40, which is 120. So angle AQR equals 120 degrees. See O here, and we can see lines AB and CD. There are two lines. They are intersecting at the point O. Now we are asked to find angle A, and we know the linear property. Sum of angles on a straight line equals 180. So what is given to us? Angle AOC is given. So given to us is angle AOC, and we know that the sum of angles on a straight line equals 180. So if I add angle AOC and angle BOC, both the angles should be equal to 180 degrees. So given to us is angle AOC 68 degrees, so I will substitute, plus angle BOC is angle A, which we need to find out, and both these together when you add up should be equal to 180. So let's find out angle A. Angle A, now on the right hand side I'm going to leave 180. From the left hand side, I'm going to move 68 to the right hand side, and because it is plus 68, I'm going to write minus 68 here. Now let's minus 180 and 68. I need to borrow, so this becomes 7, this is 10. 10 minus 8 is 2, 7 minus 6 is 1, and 1 here. So now I have 112. It means angle A equals 112 degrees. Now here, name all the vertically opposite angles. So here, what are vertically opposite angles? Angle AOC and angle DOB are vertically opposite each other. They're vertically opposite each other, so they are called vertically opposite angles. So let me do that and show it to you clearly. These are the two angles that are vertically opposite each other. Angle AOC and angle BOD. So let's write that down. Angle AOC and angle BOD are vertically opposite each other. This is one pair of vertically opposite angles. Now, if you see angle A and what is opposite that, this angle, these are two vertically opposite angles also. So what are those? COB and AOD. So the second pair is angle AOD and angle COB. Angle COB. So here we have two pairs of vertically opposite angles. Name all the pairs of adjacent angles. So let's name all the adjacent angles. Starting with A. Let's start with A. AOC and COB, they share one common arm. These are two adjacent angles. Let's write that down. Angles AOC, AOC and angle COB, angle COB are adjacent angles. So we started with A, now let's go to C. Angle COB and BOD, angle COB and angle BOD, BOD. So what are adjacent angles? They share a common arm, they share a common vertex. Now let's go to B. Angle BOD and DOA. Angle BOD and angle DOA. And then we have one more pair starting with D, DOA and AOC. So let's write that. Angle DOA and angle AOC. Angles DOA and angle AOC are adjacent angles. Question 4. Name all the reflex angles formed and write the measure of each. So let's start. First we have reflex angle AOC. Okay, so AOC is 68, but what we have on the other side of 68 is the reflex angle. Let me highlight that for you and show you. This is the reflex angle AOC. We are leaving out the main angle AOC, that is 68, and the rest of it is the reflex angle AOC. Now, how do we calculate reflex angle AOC? First, let's find out the value of the other angles. Now, AOC is 68 and angle DOB here. What is here? Angle DOB is vertically opposite, so it will have the same measurement as AOC. So that is 68, and in the previous question we found out A to be 112. So the angle that's vertically opposite that will also be 112. Now to find out angle AOC, we need to add up 1, 2 and 3 angles. We are leaving out 68 here, which is AOC, and we're taking reflex angle AOC. So let's add 112 degrees plus 68 degrees plus 112 degrees. Let's add that up. 112. Again, we have 112 and we have 68 degrees. Let's add it up. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Carry 1. 1, 2, 3 plus 6 is 9. 1 plus 1 is 2. So we have got 292 degrees. Let's go to the next reflex angle, which is reflex angle AOD. Reflex angle AOD. So let me remove this and let's see which is reflex angle AOD. Now AOD is 112 degrees. We're going to take everything on the other side of 112. So this is reflex angle AOD. So in this case, we need to add up 68, 112 and 68. So let's add it up. 68 plus 112 plus 68. Now what do we get when we add these? Let's add it up. 68, there's one more 68 and then we have 112. 8 plus 8 is 16, 17, 18, I carry 1. 6 plus 1 is 7, 7 plus 6 is 13, plus 1 is 14, I carry 1, 2. So I've got 248 degrees. Let's go on to the next reflex angle. So the next reflex angle, I can start with B. So I'm going to take away this and remove these. Now starting with B, I have angle BOC. So I'm going to leave out A, which is angle BOC, and I'm going to take the remaining. So when I take the remaining, this is my reflex angle BOC. Can you see? It covers 3 angles. Reflex angle BOC covers 3 angles. So let me write that, angle BOC. So I need to add up 68, 112 and 68. So 68 degrees plus 112 degrees plus 68 degrees is just like the previous one. So it is 248 degrees. Now I have one more reflex angle, which is reflex angle BOD. So let me take away these and come back to angle BOD. So what is angle BOD? BOD is actually 68, but I'm going to take all the other angles on the other side of that because that is reflex angle BOD. So in that case, I need to add up 112, 68 and 112. So 112 plus 68 plus 112. And we already have it there, the first one, so I will not add again. My answer is 292 degrees. So we have named all the reflex angles and we have written the measure of each. Question 13. In the figure given alongside, if angle AOB is 45, this is 45, angle BOC is 30 degrees, and AOD, which is AOD? AOD is the whole thing. This whole thing is AOD, and that is 110 degrees. So let me write it down here, 110. Now we need to find angle COD and angle BOD. To find angle COD, what do I have to do? I have to take the whole of angle AOD, that is 110 degrees, and if I take away these two angles, what is left is COD. So let me do that. Angle AOD, take away from that the other two angles, which is angle AOB and angle BOC. So if I take away these two, I will get COD. So let me substitute the values. Angle AOD is 110 degrees minus angle AOB is 45 degrees and BOC is 30 degrees. Okay, so 110 degrees minus 75 degrees. Let's minus that. 110 minus 75. I need to borrow from here. So 10 minus 5 is 5. Borrow again. 10 minus 7 is 3. Get 35. So angle COD is 35 degrees. Right, now let's go on to the next one. We have to find angle BOD. So let me write that now. Angle BOD. How do we find that? Now where is angle BOD? I need to remove this. Then I'll know where angle BOD is. This is angle BOD. This much. Okay. Now we just found out COD to be 35. Now to find this angle this much, we just need to add up these two. So let's add up third angle, which is that angle now, that is angle BOC. Add up angle BOC and angle COD. So angle BOC is 30 degrees and angle COD is 35 degrees. So 30 degrees plus 35 degrees is 65 degrees. So angle BOD is 65 degrees. Next question. If angle BOC is equal to DOC, which is equal to 34 degrees, that means these two are 34. Let's do that first. BOC is 34 degrees and DOC is also 34 degrees. And given to us is AOD is 120. So this whole thing is AOD. So that is 120. Now we need to find angles AOB and AOC. So let's start angle AOB. That means this portion. This portion is what we need to find out. For this, we take the whole of angle AOD, which is 120, and take away these two from it. What is remaining is angle AOB. So we start with angle AOD, and from that we take away the other two angles, which is angle BOC and angle COD. Now let's substitute. Angle AOD is 120 degrees minus angle BOC is 34 degrees and angle COD is also 34 degrees. So 120 degrees minus, you can add up 34 plus 34. What do you get? 8, 6. We get 68. So let's write 68 degrees. Now minus these two. So when we minus 120 and 68, what do we get? Borrow. 10 minus 8 is 2. Borrow again. 11 minus 6 is 5. We get 52 degrees. So angle AOB is 52 degrees. Okay, now let's go on to the next question. The next question is angle AOC. Angle AOC. Okay, now we have found angle AOB is 52. Let's write it down here. This is 52 degrees. Now to find angle AOC, which one is that? Angle AOC is only this much. One angle here and one more angle. So to find angle AOC, all we have to do is simply add up the two angles, which is angle AOB and angle BOC. Add up these two angles. So how much is angle AOB? 52 degrees. And how much is angle BOC? 34 degrees. Let's add up 52 and 34. 4 plus 2 is 6. 5 plus 3 is 8. So angle AOC is 86 degrees. Question 3. If angle AOB is equal to angle BOC is equal to angle COD and they're all equal to 38 degrees, find reflex angles AOC and reflex angles AOD. So since we are finding reflex angles, we have to make use of this property, sum of angles around a point equals 360 degrees. So let's start. First, let's write what's given to us. So now we know angle AOB, BOC and COD are all 38 degrees. So let's write that down. 38, 38 and 38 degrees. They're all 38 degrees. Now first we need to find reflex angle AOC. So let's find that first. Reflex angle AOC. Now which is reflex angle AOC? Leaving out AOC angle, everything else on the other side will be reflex angle. So what I have highlighted here is the reflex angle AOC. So to find this angle, I have to start with 360 degrees because they're all around a point. So I say 360 degrees minus, now I have to minus these two angles from it. When I minus these two, I get the remaining. So what are the angles that I must subtract? AOB, angle AOB and angle BOC. BOC. So let's do that. 360 degrees minus, how much is angle AOB? 38 degrees. And angle BOC is also 38 degrees. So let's minus that. 360 degrees minus 38 plus 38 is 8 plus 8 is 16, carry 1. 3 plus 1 is 4, plus 3 is 7, so that is 76 degrees. So let's minus 360 degrees and 76 degrees. So I need to borrow. 10 minus 6 is 4. Again I need to borrow. 15 minus 7 is 8 and this is 2. So I get my answer as 284. So reflex angle AOC is equal to 284. Now let's find reflex angle AOD. Reflex angle AOD. Okay, now which one is that? Reflex angle AOD will be all the way starting from D going up to A on the other side. So this is reflex angle AOD and they're all angles around a point. So now to find reflex angle AOD, we have to take 360 degrees and from this we need to subtract 1, 2, 3 angles and then we will get the remaining. That means we need to subtract angle AOB plus angle BOC plus angle COD. So that is 360 degrees minus 38 degrees plus 38 degrees plus 38 degrees. That is 360 degrees minus, let's add it all up, 38, 38 and 38. 8 plus 8, 16 plus 8, 24, carry 2. 3 plus 2 is 5 plus 3, 8. 8 plus 3 is 11, 114. So 360 degrees minus 114. So let's do that subtraction. 360 minus 114. 0 minus 4, so I'm going to borrow. This becomes 10. 10 minus 4 is 6. 5 minus 1 is 4. And 3 minus 1 is 2. 246. So reflex angle AOD is 246 degrees. So we have found our answers for reflex angle AOC, which is 284, and reflex angle AOD, which is 246 degrees. With that, we come to the end of exercise 18A. In our next video, we will continue with exercise 18B. Thank you, children.